Hey, what's up you guys? This is Nick from Beer and Bat Reps, and today we are painting squigs. Oh yeah! So pull up a pint, let's drink some beer, let's paint some of the funniest models GW's ever made. So I've decided I want my army to be bright and colorful. One of my favorite armies to look at on the table is my Demon's army because it uses basically all my paints, and I'm going to try to do the same thing with squigs. Lots of different colors. As you can see, I've started a couple of them, and how I start my yellow is I do Cassandora yellow shade. Wait for that to dry, do a second layer of it. Then when it's totally dry, I do a Lamenter's yellow glaze. Now a lot of people can get the same type of result from contrast, the end in yellow. I just find that it comes out a little more orange and dark, so I'll save that for maybe orange later, but yeah, I'm gonna do yellow for these guys. So we're gonna do a couple in yellow. We're gonna set those aside to dry. While that yellow is drying, we're gonna move on to another color. And sure, let's do orange. So what we're gonna do for orange is, you're gonna start with Troll Slayer orange. Real bright. When that is dry, you're gonna do a shade of, if I can find it, there it is. Reclam Flesh Shade. That's going to sit in all the recesses. So Fire Dragon Orange, then Reclam Flesh Shade. Then when that is dry, we do a dry brush at the end. Fire Dragon Bright. Those guys are going to be really, really bright balls of orange. So let's come back when those are done. Okay, so while the orange ones were drying, which as a reminder, was Troll Slayer Orange. See these bright orange guys drying. I do a second layer of the Cassandora yellow on each of these yellow squigs. And then while that's drying, and don't worry, I'll go over all these at the end, I started my purple squig. So that is Genestealer Purple. When that's dry, I'll do True Violet ink wash, which will really darken it up, but then you take Lilac Edge and just do some highlighting on there. That'll brighten it back up. As you can see, it's a lot brighter than the Genestealer. All right, so there's our first batch of super colorful things. The next one I'm gonna try, we'll start with Moot Green. Super, super bright green. And then we're gonna give it an ink wash of Beltane Green. And then at the end of that, we will brighten it back up. We don't want to do yellow because that'll look too much like how I do my Nurgle. We will brighten it back up. Actually, you know what? We better end with Moot Green. So we're going to start with War Boss Green. Change of direction. War Boss Green. Then Beltane Green ink wash. Then Moot Green to brighten it back up. Highlighted, dry brushed on top of it. So that's how we'll do that, and we'll come back to some of these other ones. Hopefully they've dried by then and we can do a little more on them. A couple things I've been thinking about while painting these guys. One, it kind of feels like, in a funny way, an army of French bulldogs. Just growling meatballs with legs. Two, I made the conscious decision to paint their gums around their teeth to match the color that I'm going with for each individual squig. Now you could do the gums a certain color, pink or red or purple, something like that, and have that to be the same on all of them, but I didn't want another color to pop with these guys. I wanted their main skin color to be what really stands out. So we're gonna go back to Lamenter's Yellow Glaze. And what you'll see, hopefully this will show up good enough on camera, is that it takes what I've done on these guys and it just brightens it up. Gives it one last good layer that just, I don't know, it almost like solidifies the skin. It almost makes it look like I did a layer paint instead of washes and then a glaze. So you cover that all with that glaze. It'll make it nice and shiny and bolder yellow. And people will be asking you how you did your yellow, because everyone thinks yellow is the hardest color there is. And you saw here that it's actually fairly easy. Those of you that have asked in the comment section how I paint my black and yellow Necrons, here it is, guys. This is how I do it. So we'll be back when these are all done, and hopefully I can get the first couple washes on all these. Here you can see some of the finished products. And I'm gonna go through each one real quick to remind you exactly what colors are used. So here's the purple squig. All right, oop, down he goes. And here's the smaller one. I'll show you how I do my teeth and claws here in a minute. So that's the purple. How we do the purple, once again, was Gene Stealer purple, Purity Violet, and then Lilac Edge. Alright, so I'm going to go through each one and show you how we did this again one more time so you have all the paints down. So there's the purple squig, and the smaller one. And how we do that is Gene Stealer purple, then a wash of Druchii Violet, then a dry brush highlight of Dachala Lilac. It's an edge paint. Okay, then we have the yellow. These guys have so much character. I just love these. Such cool models. Alright, so that yellow, once again, is 2 layers. Cassandora yellow shade, and then a final layer of Lamenter's glaze. Alright, and then we have our green squigs. Oh, I'm just having fun with these guys. They're so much fun. Here's what the little guy looks like. And how I did that was, oops, Warboss green, then Beltan shade, and then a dry brush highlight of Moot green as the final one. Alright, and then we have orange, and the orange squig was Troll Slayer, Reikland Flesh Shade, and then a dry brush highlight of Fire Dragon Bright. And then the last one. Well, the last one I've done is blue. Here's a little chomper. And don't mind if it goes over onto the teeth a little bit if you're painting real fast like I do, because the paint that I use to do teeth and nails is so good at covering up other colors that it's not even an issue. So how I do that blue is I start with a base of Thousand Suns blue. When that's dry, I dry brush Temple Guard blue. That's it, no ink wash for the blue ones. Alright, so here's all of our very, very colorful squigs. Next, I'm going to do the leader of the unit with his big nasty squig with some armor on there. And we'll say 2 more small squigs. And we're going to do red for these, the classic red. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to do a base of corn red. Then we're going to do a wash of Carisburg crimson. And then we're gonna do a dry brush of Evil Sun's Scarlet. And we'll be back when those are done. Okay, so here are the reds. And I actually did not use any ink wash on these. So it's corn red, and then dry brush Evil Sun Scarlet. There we go, onto there. Here's how the little guys look. Nice and simple, but a good, nice squig red. Third one. And then while those were drying, I started pink. So, got that first layer down, and that is also on this little guy that's eating a goblin. And that starts with Emperor's Children. And when that's dry, yeah, I think, no, I don't want to darken them too much, so I'm also not going to do any ink wash on that either, because we want it to stay nice and bright. And then I'm going to edge highlight, or even just dry brush with this fulgrim pink. That's going to really brighten them up. And here they are. Incredibly bright and fun, and just, I had a blast painting these guys. Had a huge smile on my face the whole time. So, as we move on to the teeth and nails, we go to one of my favorite paints ever, Ushab T-Bone. We're going to do all the teeth and nails in that, and then we're going to then hit all the teeth and nails when that dries with Reckland Flesh Shade. And we will be back.
2 hours later.
Alright, we painted some squigs today and it was a lot of fun, so let's take a look at how these ended up. This is with that Ushab Bone with Reckland Flesh Shade wash over the bone. And then I just did a single, it's hard to tell, but I did a single tiny little black dot for their eyes. Just shiny black eyes. There's a yellow one. These guys are so fun. I had a blast painting these. Angry little things. Alright, let's see how the bigger ones look. Mounted ones. I'm not going to paint the riders on this video. They're going to be pretty basic. I don't want them to take your eye away from the colorful squigs. So they're going to be very basic leather and metal. Here's my favorite one. Look at those teeth. The purple ones turned out really good, I feel like. Nasty. Orange one. Just so colorful, so much character, so fun. There's that little blue meatball. And then for the hero, the giant cave squig, since they're all so colorful, I decided to go with black. He's pitch black. And that was Abaddon black. And the same paint scheme for the teeth and nails. And then the tongue was lilac with Druchii violet on the tongue. Get this nasty purple tongue. And that's it, guys. Thanks for joining me. This is Nick from Beer and Bat Raps. We had some fun painting squigs today.